Greetings, peace and blessings. Welcome to the spiritual experience. We are all on our own journey called life. I will be your host, helping to navigate you through these challenging times. Know that we are all spiritual beings here on a human experience, meaning we're here to learn, to evolve to the highest versions of ourselves while raising our vibration and creating a better quality of life. Let's see what's on today's prayer card. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Ephesians 4:32. 4 and 3 being 7, plus 2 being 9. So we're releasing what no longer serves us. Okay? So before we jump into anything else, I want to take a moment and honor the divine with a protection prayer. I want to take a moment and honor the divine, the highest of white light. Please send your protection while I channel this energy. And if any negative energy tries to come my way, please transmute into peace, love, power, and light. And let all evil eyes go blind and monitoring spirits go deaf. While I open my heart, mind, and spirit to the divine. Divine Spirit, I'm willing to learn and be teachable while transcending my energy to peace, love, power, and light. And may that be so in the name of Jesus. Amen. Now let's see what's going on in this divine energy war. Spirit, please and thank you. And remember, y'all, my videos are timeless. They are meant for you whenever you see them. And use your own discernment when viewing my messages. And if you want to donate to the platform, feel free. All my information is in the description. Thank you to all my viewers, members, and subscribers. I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all my first-time viewers. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, okay? Thank you all of y'all very much for tuning into my channel. Because I know y'all could have been tuned into anybody, but y'all chose to tune into me. And I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. Now let's see what universal insights the universe has for us today. Ooh, 111, new beginnings. Okay, so we got 111 equals 3 plus 2 being 5 plus 6, 11. Okay, let me write that down, y'all. We got 11. All right. So we're starting something new. Spiritual guidance, spiritual awakening. I know that's right. Okay. Now let's see what houses are we working with today, y'all. We're working with the 4th house, the 5th house, the 8th house, the 12th house, the 1st house, and the 3rd house. All right. Now, the zodiac signs we are working with today, y'all. We have Libra, and it's straight at the top. So we are balancing the scales, okay? And we got Aquarius. We got Capricorn. We got Sagittarius. We got Scorpio and Pisces. Okay, interesting combination, y'all. And the planets we are working with today. We have Neptune, okay. We have Uranus. We have Mercury. We have the Moon. We are working with, South Node. We're dealing with some karmic lessons, y'all. But it's okay. That we got to learn. We got to grow through it to learn. We got to go through it to grow through it, okay? All right, so that's everything. Now let's see what message we get out the secret garden later on in this experience, y'all. All right, so we got 1 and 2 equals 3. 3 is a significant number today. All the ones is 3. Okay, 3, okay. We have 3 and 2 equals 11. 11. Okay, definitely some new beginnings, y'all. Okay, so we gotta get message number. We're gonna stick to that thing. We're gonna go with message number 1. Original thought, original vision, being our most authentic self. And we got Aquarius out here, originality. We going with 1. Okay, so that's a theme I'm hearing right now, y'all. Now remember, y'all, flip gender roles as needed. Let's see what message Spirit has for the collective today, y'all. All right, I gave the cards a pre-shuffle before I started the camera. So we're going to do some emotional loss, y'all. And we're going to rest and rejuvenate so we can heal ourselves from this emotional loss. And that's a 9. And that's the number of our prayer card. We release when no longer serve ourselves. So while we're going through this emotional loss, and we resting and rejuvenating, and releasing what no longer serve us, make sure we be kind and compassionate to ourselves and others, just as Christ God forgave us. Okay? Tell me what the collective needs to know, Spirit, please, and thank you in this energy. Yeah. We're putting death and transformation to people, places, and things and situations that's not for our better good, y'all. So we definitely transforming. And we got the number 13 up there, and that adds up to a 4. So we're making strong foundations while being compassionate and loving and kind with ourselves during this transformation. It's only right. Okay, y'all. Interesting. All right. Tell me more about this transformation, Spirit, please, and thank you. Yeah. And then we got 3. So while people are transforming, they're becoming fertile. They're receiving new creative ideas, new creative ways. Okay. During this transformation. And that's divine intervention. They're learning new ways to express themselves. Learning how to plant seeds for today that they could reap in their tomorrow or their future. And that's what this transformation is helping them learn to do, because they're being kind and loving to themselves. And as they plant them seeds of kindness, love, and compassion, they will reap a harvest in their future reality. Because you sow what you reap, what you sow. And that's why people are learning how to love and heal themselves. And that's why people are transforming. And this is a 9. So people are transforming and planting seeds by healing their shadow, healing their light, masculine and feminine side. So that way they can have that balance. So that they can be whole and heal what's broken in them. And it's going to take time. That's why people are resting and rejuvenating during this emotional loss. Because this is time to quiet out the noise. So you can finally hear your own soul's wants, needs, and desires. And you can also hear your own soul's traumas and triggers that needs to be addressed. So self-reflection is critical at this time. And while we're doing that, show ourselves compassion and kindness, okay? And you don't have to rush. If you feel like you're being rushed, transforming and awakening is not something that happens overnight. It's a process, y'all. So you just gotta allow the divine to guide you and process you to flow with this transformation as you're going through it, okay, guys? Because I know it could be a lot, but it's worth it. You gotta put that hard work in, okay? Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you. Yeah, and it came out. Cause and effect. What you put out is what you get back. So that's why people doing some self-reflection, so that they can start to heal their traumatic wounds, their past wounds, maybe generational curses that they had on their lineage that they wasn't even aware of. So that could, and realizing that could be what's causing this emotional withdrawal. Because sometimes we've grown accustomed to certain behaviors, certain traditions, and we look at it as normal. But once we start to awaken our spirit and start letting the divine guide us and show us the signs and synchronicities and downloads, we'll start realizing a lot of behaviors that we displayed was not of the divine, and it was not kindness or compassion to ourselves. So taking this time out to emotionally withdraw, to calibrate your equilibrium so you could create balance within self, with your light and shadow, so you could become whole, is crucial at this time, okay? And that's a part of your transformation, your spiritual awakening. And that's why we're releasing what no longer serves us, because it'll give us clarity and remove that stagnant energy and that confusion out of our reality, okay? Because when you want better, you do better. And you got to start somewhere. All right. I'm going to just take these, and we got balance in the mind, and that's 11. So we definitely got some new beginnings, spiritual awakenings. People are taking control over self. People are loving self. That's what's up. Go on, collective. I see y'all looking good and glowing and growing out there. Go on, keep up the good work, y'all. Okay? On this sacrificing your ego so that way you can step into your spiritual depth. And people realize the still waters run deep and they align with the divine. You see that rainbow? They realizing they got a covenant with the divine. And they letting themselves be kind and compassionate towards themselves and other people. And that's starting to help them heal and move forward. I know that's right, y'all. And people finding these lessons because we got South Node out here. So that's why South Node is out here, because a lot of people is seeing these karmic lessons for what they are. And they starting to talk to the divine and find out what they need to do to release this and how to release it. Because maybe some people don't know how to release these triggers and traumas and wounds. First, you have to address these triggers, traumas, and wounds by doing the self-reflection and acknowledging where they are. And once you acknowledge the problem, now it's time to find a solution. And the solution could be enforcing boundaries that doesn't cause you to self-sabotage or go against yourself. So your boundaries are not walls. Your boundaries are, for example, if you come around some friends that you've been around all your life, and they're doing certain things that's not aligned with your spirituality, and it's low vibrational, and it's draining your energy, and it's making you feel like you're being drained, that's when you need to take a pause, take a step back and find out, why am I feeling drained when I come around these people? Why do I feel like they're taking from me and not pouring into me? Those are things you need to ask yourself. And then that's when you'll know what boundary need to be enforced. Because now you'll know, okay, if I do this, I don't feel drained anymore. If I limit this, I feel better and I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of. And I don't feel like I gotta play small. So those are ways to start learning what boundaries you need to enforce. And it doesn't mean you don't have to be around these people. As long as these people respect your boundaries, it's all good. But if they want to get all belligerent because you're enforcing boundaries now that's a red flag. Because people who really care for you and love you, they're not going to act crazy because you're standing up for yourself and you're showing people how to respect you. That's what boundaries do. Boundaries show people how to respect you and how to interact with you. It's not no wall to keep people out and keep them away. No, that's not what boundaries are for. And boundaries also help you to filter the energy you're interacting with. Because when somebody trigger a boundary in you, that signals a red flag to your brain stating, let me pay attention to that. Let me see what's going on over here. Is this person moving shady? Do I need to, tighten my boundaries? Because that's when discernment comes into play. They go hand in hand. So that's why taking the time, doing some self-reflection, and being observant and paying attention to people, places, and things you hanging around, you'll start to learn and teach yourself which boundaries are for you, which boundaries work for you, and which boundaries don't work for you. And you'll know which ones to enforce, and you know which ones not to enforce. And you'll start to learn your discernment, strengthening your discernment. Okay? Because it doesn't mean because you have boundaries and you're using your discernment that you're not interacting with people. No, that's not what that's for. It's there to help you know what kind of energy you're interacting with, what kind of people, places, and things. Because not every people, places, and things is from the divine. And not every people, places, and thing want your best interest at heart. So we loving ourselves. Us loving ourselves and knowing, putting our best interest first. We know who not putting our best interest first and who not loving at us and coming at us with that diet love. Okay? So we seeing people in places for what they is. We living in reality, not in no illusion and delusion. We seeing things with clarity and moving accordingly. That's why we enforce boundaries. That's why we go into do self-reflection so we can heal ourselves during this transformation and the spiritual awakening, so we can start seeing reality clearly. Okay? And while we're going through this, make sure you're kind and compassionate with yourself and others. And this will teach you how to be even more compassionate and empathetic with others. Because now that you're tapping into your emotions, you can start becoming more emotionally intelligent. And that builds stronger connections and stronger bonds versus these low vibrational trauma bonding, weird bonding situations. Okay? And then you can see, once you start doing that self-reflection and withdrawal, was I in a trauma bond or was I in a healthy bond? You can see it. It's not in the air or make believe. You can see it by quieting out the noise and taking the time to do the self-reflection during this transformation. And then you'll know how to move accordingly. And then you'll know what you like and don't like. It's another, like, I know we did well, not everybody, let me say I know. A lot of people did self-discovery in their teenage years. But as we grow, you always learning and growing more stuff about yourself. So even though you did that self-discovery and you feel like I'm stuck in this character, do some self-reflection. Maybe there's something there that needs to mature. Maybe you have an outdated perspective or way of thinking that's hindering your growth. So taking time to do some self-reflection will help you see if you are maturing and leveling up. Because if you still got the same mindset from when you was a teenager and decades pass, it's time to do some, checking in with self to make sure you're not stagnated and stuck. And making sure that you are in reality and you align with the design that the divine has set forth for you. And you are being high vibrational and not low vibrational. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get a little more information in this situation. Okay, we're going to take these, y'all. So, don't flinch. Okay? As these chaos agents come towards you and want to see if you really healing, stand in your faith, unwavering faith, and don't flinch. When these people come to play these mind games with you, stand in your authority and show them, I see through your manipulation and illusions and your chaos and confusions, and move accordingly. And that's what your boundaries will help you know how to handle these mind games when these people come to you. And do not flinch. Stand with confidence. Stand on your authority. Yeah. Because now you start to see who's full of poison and who wants to poison your mind, body, and soul. Taking some time out back, taking a step back to get a new perspective, you can see what people, places, and things are poison for your life. And also what people just want to have sex with you. They don't want no real connections. They just want to use and abuse you and take your sacred energy and use it for their own benefit. That's them low chaos agents. So you got to be mindful. It's a real world out here when we wake up out of this sleep and see what's really going on. Because a lot of people realize we royalty. They want that royal energy. They want that divine energy. And they just want to take your light. They want to dim your light. But the divine going to show kindness and compassion to his constituents. Because the divine see that we are transforming and we want better for ourselves and we are doing better. So glory is in the story for the divine collective. Because we see these poison, manipulative mind games and we're stepping into our royalty. Okay? And we're not flinching. Because we realizing these people just want to have sex with us. They don't want no real connection. That's not love. That's just some transactional behaviors. Low vibrational behaviors. We're deeper than that. We're not that shallow to where we just want to rub flesh on each other and that's the best they could do. That's why people going into emotional withdrawal, so they can see how they want to be intimate with people on a deeper level, on a soul level, on a real level. Not this fake, watered down level. They're using mind games and manipulation just to be intimate with people. That is so childish. That's immature spirituality. I don't care if you're 70, 60, 50 years old. If you still using mind games and manipulative games just to hook up with people, and you spreading that poison, these mind games, poison games, just to hook up with people, that says a lot about your character, and you need to take a step back and reevaluate that. Okay? And the divine collective, or these low vibrational people could be mirroring you, divine collective, trying to act like they love and light, act like they healing, they transforming on a healing journey, but all they want to do is this. And you'll know them by their actions. You'll know them by their energy. They're going to talk a good one, but their actions not going to add up. That's why Glory's in the story. Glory here to show us the insights and the downloads on how to handle these situations and protect ourselves, okay? It could be somebody's company, or the company that they're keeping is want to mirror you. because they spells are backfiring. So they're pretending to be healing, awakening, loving light. A lot of people are faking spiritual awakening, faking healing. But if you pay attention closely, that's why boundaries and discernment is crucial at this time. You'll see these people still stagnating and stuck. They still got them poison. They still playing the same games, okay? And emotional withdrawal at this time is crucial for us, because we need to see these games coming, okay? We over being bamboozled, y'all. Yeah, time's up. Time's up. Deadline, procrastination, too busy. Time's up on these low vibrational mind games. Time's up. We seeing it for what it is and moving accordingly. And some people, these low vibrational, because the time's up, they need a supply. So be careful, Divine Collective. They looking for more supply. They looking for light, because they can't produce light. Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you. That just went flying down. Yeah, I can't make this up, y'all. They looking for light because they want to have some sneaky links and some low-key hidden situations. They trying to get things to heat up, get things passionate by playing these mind games with us. It's not real love. So don't flinch when you see these people coming to flatter you and love bomb you and try to make it seem like you're the best thing since sliced bread. Pay attention. Could be that manipulation. All right. Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you, about these sneaky links. Yeah. People, they're in a honeymoon phase. This is the beginning stages. There's some people in the beginning stages of meeting new people, looking for new victims, because their spells are backfiring. And they need to play these mind games because people are emotionally withdrawing. They need new supply. So they're meeting new people. And we need to be paying attention, knowing who you interacting with. These people on a mission. Yep, they on a mission. I can't make this up. These people on a mission. The universe got receipts for this lusting, bareback, inconsiderate behavior. They looking for sneaky links so they can spew their poison onto us, y'all. But no. We paying attention. We learning, we royalty, and we standing in our position. We standing in our authority, and we healing ourselves. So pay attention. They want to rebound. They want to rebound. They coming, y'all. So pay attention to these chaos agents, these low vibrations. Okay, because they in the blues, because they can't find somebody to sneaky link with. They being creative. They trying to find creative ways to meet new people, to turn up with them, to be party animals, to do sex, drugs, and surface pleasures, lusting. Let me get one more, Spirit. Lusting. But there's a lucky break. The collective is waking up. We are waking up. Good fortune, things are turning. There's a turning point. Oh, and I see this card pop out. Yeah. Sudden realization, feeling inspired, insightful awareness. Glory's in the story. People are waking up. People are waking up to what's really going on. And there's a turning point. And that's why they spells is backfiring. And they scrambling and rambling to find people they could sink their claws into. So, and that's why they mirroring us. They want us to believe that they waking up and they high vibrational. We not low vibrational. We royalty. We royalty. They mirroring royalty, y'all. So watch the company you keep. They mirroring royalty. So they can play these mind games and get you back on a low vibrational level. Okay, so they're gonna pretend like they transform, and they not doing these manipulative games anymore, but they still doing it. They stuck in it. They can't help it. Bye bye. Now let's see what insights the universe wants to tell us about this situation. How the universe wants to handle this situation, y'all. Somebody twin flame. Well, while we transforming and this lucky break, somebody could be meeting a twin flame. A twin flame relationship is intense and transformative. Are you struggling with a deep connection? This relationship challenges you to grow and evolve on a soul level. A lot of us could have went through a false twin flame situation, or a twin flame
where they triggered us into this spiritual awakening and start to transform because they were playing these mind games and they were 3D minded. Okay? Yeah, and people are gaining enlightenment about that some of these twin flames were not twin flames. Some of these people that was mirroring us and pretending to be love and light with us, they wasn't real. They were just using us for our energy. And that's why the divine is showing us how to go through this bizarre maze called life. That's why we waking up, so we could see these low vibrations for what they are and who they are. And we could know who really is our soulmate or our real twin flame or kingdom spouse, who really is for us, that the divine is sending with us. And they not just here to take our energy, just want to suck us dry for our love, light, and kindness. Confusion may be overwhelming, but remember that every maze has an exit. You might be struggling with difficult problems, but shifting your perspective could reveal the solution. Yeah, that's why we're taking a step back to go into an emotional withdrawal, so we could do some self-reflection and get a new perspective, so we could see through these illusions and delusions that these people want to send to us. Okay, and also we could see who is for us, who resonate with ourselves. Okay, y'all, tell me more, spirit reason, thank you. And they sad about this. They in the blues. Yep, they guilty. People got a guilty conscience. Guilt can hold you back. Are you carrying the weight of past decisions? Forgive yourself and move forward. Only then can you truly grow. That's true. So I'm feeling, as the divine collective is waking up, because we got South Node out here, some people feel guilty for messing with these low vibrational people who were lusting and turning up and doing the surface pleasure. Because some people got caught in it, and they waking up and they emotionally withdrawing because they tired and sick of this nasty behavior. They got the receipts. People got the receipts. They see it. The divine showed them this. And people is disgusted about this nasty people. So now there's a turning point. But as you're going through this turning point, don't be too hard on yourself. Just know that you had to go through this to grow through this, okay? And they also say forgiving yourself is key to moving forward. So if you stay trapped in your head about the past, you're not going to move forward. You're not going to grow. You're not going to transform. You're going to be stuck in this matrix, in this maze. And also on our prayer card, it said be kind to yourself and compassionate to one another. We have to be kind to ourselves. We can't beat ourselves up because we chose to interact with these low vibrational people we didn't know. How you going to beat yourself up over something you didn't know and wasn't aware of? But now that we are aware, we can take accountability for our own actions. That's all this growing is. It's for us to grow and mature spiritually. So we can see that these low vibrational situations we wasn't winning. It felt like we was winning, but we was not winning. We were not winning. So now it's time for us to win. Because now we're on a winning team and we're seeing what's going on. This transformation is bringing us good luck, good vibes, good energy, good relationships. And people are realizing that. People are realizing that. Let me get one more. I'll take those. What is this, 3? Yeah, I'll take it. So people are tapping into their intuition. Your intuition is connecting you with others. Have you experienced moments of deep understanding with someone? Pay attention. These subtle connections, they could hold the answers you seek. Yeah. So by taking time, again, and quieting out the noise, you're strengthening your intuition and removing yourself from these low vibrational people, places, and things. You're allowing yourself to feel yourself. You're calling your energy back. Because with your energy back, you can feel and hear your intuition. Okay? And that'll start to give you clarity to see through this confusion, through this bizarre maze. And that's what people are having, these light bulb moments. They through this emotional withdrawal, they are seeing these low vibrational people for who they are and what they are. Okay? Because people are clarity. Clear vision is leading you forward. Yeah. Because after you release the past and let go of this guilt, because now you got the clarity for this, why you got this guilt and what you did, you can also, both these actions will help you move forward. Clear vision is leading you forward. Have you been feeling uncertain? Clarity emerging. Take action with confidence and trust your path. Trust your path. That's why you're receiving the downloads from the divine, from your intuition. He's guiding you to show you how to trust your path. It's only right, y'all, through this bizarre maze called life. And allure the cherish. Cherish the beauty that attracts you. Have you been too busy to appreciate the good things around you? Take time to enjoy value, the moments and people that bring you joy. Yes, enjoy value. Value are people and places and things that bring you joy, happiness, kindness, truth, love, loyalty, respect, justice, righteousness in your life. Not people who want to manipulate you, gaslight you, deceive you, make believe you, want to victim mentality, make it seem like you always coming against them, people who want to emotionally dump on you, all these things that feel draining and low vibration, keep you in that lack mentality, misery. We over there. That doesn't feel good. That's not joy. That is not of value. That's of low vibrational value. You can see the difference. That's what I'm saying. That takes time and do some self-reflection. You can see the difference. Line it up. Who brings you low vibrational situations and who bring you high vibrational situations, and then you can decide how you want to move forward in your life. But at the end of the day, you can't say you didn't see it. Okay? Now you see with clarity. And whatever choice you choose, it'll be an intentional choice. Now you're choosing with intention because you know what's going on. And if you still choose to play these games and interact with these low vibrational people, that's your choice. You chose to be turned and doing all of this. So when your seeds come back, because what goes around comes around, what energy you put out comes back. You can't be mad when all of that start backfiring on you and it turns into poison. Okay, so some people you interact with, either it's going to be a poison company you keep, or it's going to be a volume company you keep. But at the end of the day, we got free will, so you decide, okay, I'm just here to bring the message. All right? So some people going to choose to be with glory, and some people going to choose to still be learning these lessons and refusing their blessings. Okay, y'all, on that note, this was an interesting energy read. So we go with message number 1 in our secret garden. Message number 1, y'all. If you can't run from it or hide from it, you could let it control you or take control. I know that's right. We can't run from this awakening, y'all, because we're going to feel something. Everybody going to be transforming something. But it's what you do during this awakening. Either you're going to let it break you or it's going to make you. You're going to take control or let it take control of you. But at the end of the day, it's your move. It's your choice. Once you have all the information, it's up to you to decide. That's the beauty of this thing called life. The divine gives us free will because he loves us that much and respects us that much that he respects our will. Okay? So something to think about, y'all. Something to think about. And Mr. Love, would you like to add anything to this message? I love you guys too, and the divine loves you, and that's why we're going through this transformation, so that way we can learn how to love ourselves and love everybody else. Because what it say, be kind and compassionate. Those are traits of love to yourself and one another, and forgiving each other, just like God, Christ forgave you. Okay, so Jesus came to teach us his blueprint on how to love and forgive and live. Nothing changed. It's still the same thing. He came to show us the way, and he's still showing us the way. It's up to us to obey or disobey. The choice is ours. We can take control or let it take control of us. Either way, we still have a choice. So on that note, Enjoy the rest and best of your day. Thank you to my viewers, members, and subscribers. Thank you for staying and enjoying my message. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, okay? Now, enjoy the rest and best of your day. Enjoy the present, because it's a gift. Now, we're going to close out with the Lord's Prayer, y'all. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. He leads me on a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of death, I will share no evil. Your rod, your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and you anoint my head with oil. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In the name of Jesus, amen. Love, peace, joy, kindness, and prosperity are the traits and essence of the divine. As you go out into your journey of life, remember to be the God someone sees today. You may be the only God someone sees today in this divine energy war. Until next time, may the divine peace, love, and blessings be with you. Mwah. Stay blessed, y'all.